When I first started living in Spain, I had to work as an English teacher. My profession had never been teaching. I'd never taught English, but because of circumstances, I ended up teaching English for the best part of 5 years. But I had to learn how to explain things to other people that had just been a natural part of my everyday life since my infancy. Doing that made me really think about where language comes from. While I was teaching those concepts, I was also learning Spanish, and now I've got to the point where I never speak English unless I'm doing a TikTok or something, but I never ever speak English in my daily life. But it's so fascinating when you're teaching your own native language and learning the language of the country that you live in. Doing those two things at the same time makes you really think about language and where it comes from and what makes it so beautiful. The difficult parts, the easy parts, communication. And for the first time in your life, I don't know about you, but for me, you start to really appreciate, wow, like my language is very beautiful. But unless you step away from your own language, I don't know, can you really appreciate how beautiful it is? But then there were other things. It wasn't just language, there were other things. So being away from home for the best part of the year, maybe 11 months a year, 10 months a year, makes you appreciate not just the relationships that you have with people at home and the things that you're nostalgic for, but they make you appreciate your own culture, not just because you miss it, but because you can see all of the contrasts, you can see the things that you have in common, and you can see the rich diversity and beauty of human life. Once I was on the airport bus on my way back to Sevilla, a man on the bus who was from Sevilla, who worked at the airport, started chatting to me, and he said to me, so what do you think about Sevillanos? And I was saying, oh yeah, they're nice, blah, 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 they're friendly, and etc. And he said, so are we different? Are we really different to people from where you're from? And I said, oh, well, I mean, of course there are differences. There are differences in maybe some of the mannerisms that we have, maybe some of the things, you know, the small things in life, like how people queue up and say sorry all the time, and even when they don't mean it. But basically, at root level, one thing I've learned, like basically, I think most people are more or less the same. I know it might sound obvious, but I don't think I would have really fundamentally understood it if I hadn't have come to live in a foreign country.